Welcome.
Welcome to Outstanding Individuals. My name is Cody Lewis.
My name is Kellen Breen.
We are here on, what day is it? Thursday? Chilling?
Thursday.
It's cold out.
It is cold. Don't touch my shirt.
Why do you have a shirt sitting right here?
Oh, I'm layered up always.
Yeah, in your little sweats.
Got my sweats on. Got my, this is my grandfather's.
Oh, he gave you a bunch of stuff, didn't he?
Well, he's dead, so I just went to the house and I took it.
Does it ever make you feel weird?
No, I feel invigorated.
What if it's haunted?
No, he was a great guy.
What if it's like a nice haunting?
All right, I'm into that.
We know how to start a pod, or do we know how to start a pod?
Yeah. How was you were in Cali? How was Cali?
Good. Went and saw all the family. Introduced my girlfriend to all of them.
How'd that go?
Good. They liked her. She liked them.
Anything weird?
There was we were my grandma's birthday, and there was
Is this a true story?
yeah.
Okay.
So that's why we went out there. My grandma had a big birthday. It was this nice Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
Open bar. My family just getting toasted.
Mm-hmm.
Every other family. It was basically a family reunion.
Yeah.
So it was cousins I had.
How many people?
I couldn't. Probably had to be 100.
Wow.
But it had to be there's cousins I hadn't seen in years.
Yeah.
And they all had kids. A lot of them had 3 kids.
Yeah.
Happened in 10 years, and a bunch of people came up to my girlfriend and was like, "Are you guys gonna have kids?"
Oh.
Since she was we haven't even talked about anything like that, so she was kind of I think it freaked her out a little, and I'm like, "No, I didn't. That's not me."
And what'd she say?
Oh, she didn't. She just said to me, she's like, "It's gonna be hope you know it'll be a while." It's that's fine. I didn't even want to have this conversation.
Yeah.
But it's just so awkward. I'm this isn't me. This is just in their heads.
Kind of crazy they are doing this.
I know, but I guess to them, you're we're coming from New York to this event, so they're oh, this must be a pretty serious. They don't realize it's been 3 months or whatever.
My cousin or someone could be dating someone for 10 years. I would never go up to them.
Yeah.
And be like, "Want a kid soon?" Or
I mean, either.
just
But
insert myself into their.
Yeah, it is weird. Also, though, outside of New York, it's they all live in rural Idaho.
Yeah.
So they're when you're 30, I'm 33, whatever. Kids are on the way.
Yeah.
I should be thinking about that, even though I'm currently not. So it's
Any trauma happen or anything?
no, nothing. Everything was good. I was the drunkest guy at the party.
Anyone puke?
No.
I've seen you very drunk though. Were you that drunk? Were you kind of incoherent?
Yeah, I blacked out, and then I was making out. I want to use a code name for we're making out kind of a little too much in front of the family, so we're both embarrassed about that. But everyone said it was cute, it wasn't that bad. But
how bad making out?
It wasn't really making out. It was just really lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
But I don't really remember it.
So no making out.
It was a kissing on the head and the cheek and shit. I don't know.
But you weren't full blown making out.
To be honest, I don't really remember.
Oh my gosh.
So my family's been.
That's horrifying.
I know. And to the group chat, my family's been sending videos of the party.
Yeah.
And every time looking in the background for us kissing, and there was one, and we're it wasn't bad at all. We're kind of lovey dovey, and I was okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
My cousin was doing a backflip in the dance circle, and it's us in the background kissing, not paying attention.
Your cousin knows how to do a backflip?
Yeah, it's they're he actually might be listening now. He
shout out.
Yeah.
Did he a full blown black backflip?
Full black backflip. They're both he does Ninja Warrior and stuff. He's 15, I think.
Yo, doing a backflip at a wedding or a party or something is such a high risk, low reward. Because the reward is, oh, your family saw you did a backflip. That's kind of cool.
Right.
But the risk is if you mess up, you humiliate yourself and kind of ruin the party.
And you could break something.
Yeah, I'm saying you maybe break your neck or.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was pretty confident with this backflip.
Wow. A drunk backflip.
He was sober. He's a young boy unless he was sneaking beers.
That's better.
Oh, did I give one of them alcohol?
Wow. You made out with your girlfriend at your grandma's birthday and then you drugged your cousin.
No, he's 18. I didn't.
When you guys woke up, you were oh no.
Well, we were both severely hungover. And we went to breakfast with my grandma and grandpa, and
she was she wouldn't look either of you in the eye.
Yeah.
Dear God. You soiled it. Are they Catholic?
I feel
all grandparents are religious.
Yeah, I think my grandma was, but they're very, on both sides, they don't really go to church or anything.
Yeah, but church is just so boring. That's why.
Yeah, unless you go to New Age church, which I've done.
With Jay Beebs priest.
Who?
Remember Justin Bieber's priest? He came out and he had like abs and he like was the hottest guy ever.
Oh, I went to the church twice.
You've gone to the New Age church recently?
Yeah.
Is the priest hot?
He's like a young, cool guy.
Yeah.
Asian.
Whoa.
Which made him cooler, in my opinion.
That does make him cooler.
But he was cool, but I don't know how church works, and some of the stories got a little boring. I was like, but it was good. He was very nice.
What is the actual religion of the New Age?
I mean, it's definitely like Christian.
But is he allowed to suck and fuck?
Yeah, he has a wife and kids.
He told you guys that?
Well, they're like all... Well, the funny... I met him the first day I walked in.
Yeah.
And my other comic friend was like, you should go with me. And so I walked in and he's like, oh, you came here with Chloe? Or, am I allowed to say her name? We went.
Shout out Chloe.
And so he like remembered her, and then I came the next week and he remembered me. So he like was very good in that regard.
Yeah. And then, how many people are in the church?
There was a lot. It's like
20?
More than that. It had to be like, I'm bad
80?
at numbers. No, I was like 40 to 50.
40 to 50? All right.
Yeah. But I think it's like when you see a new face, but also I think they're just good at that.
And he's singing?
Yeah, the band, that was the best. That's the best part.
The band or the choir?
It was a band. Like
instruments.
Yeah, instruments, guitar.
Is he doing like the no,
it's like they were singing like modern indie church music.
Well, you know what I always loved, because I am Irish Catholic, shout out, and we would go to church every Saturday, 4:00 mass, and occasionally I don't know how it works with the Catholic like association or diocese, I think is the right word, is they move the priest around. Sometimes when they molest someone, they'll just move them to a new...
Oh, I've heard
They go, oh, don't worry, we'll move them a town over. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. But occasionally they're just like bringing a priest, and then they move priests. And occasionally they'd bring in a priest from like Jamaica or something.
Oh, really?
And it's just like, it's so funny. He's just up there, he's like, the body of Christ, man! And we're just like... It's like, for me, like a 13-year-old boy, I'm like, this is the funniest fucking thing. Like, I cannot focus.
That is very funny.
It's like, God took the bed, man, and he did the thing, man. Oh, that was the SNL sketch. They did Jamaican church.
Oh, actually?
Yeah, they did.
Shane Gillis?
Yeah, with Shane Gillis.
Oh,
he
I
did
didn't watch that.
Because he, in the sketch, he's like, he's like, we're on vacation at Jamaica. We still need to go to church. And then he's in the Jamaican church, and he eventually starts talking like a Jamaican guy.
Yeah.
And it's really funny. But it's a true thing that happens not just in Jamaica. You get these like priests that are like from a different country, and you're like, I can't. Not only is this kind of funny, it's just like extra funny because you're in church and you're not supposed to laugh.
Yeah, right.
So when someone's doing something like a little funny, you're like, oh no.
Yeah, that's so funny.
And it's also like, I can't really. Sometimes you're like, I can't understand anything, which doesn't really matter because I'm not really paying attention.
Yeah, sometimes they just drone on, and you're like, I don't know. That shit's wild. Also, do you know I've always wanted to go to a church like with all black people, because
hell yeah,
the singing seems very fun there.
Yeah. Black. Apparently it's way longer though.
Yeah.
I'm like pretty. You know what? An hour at tops for church.
You gotta come to New Age. You got meditation in there.
You get to kiss the priest.
They have gluten-free crackers.
No way.
Yeah, gluten-free options for
what a cunt someone is if they are like, I can't. Like that little wafer,
yeah.
Like that's gonna totally mess with I'm gluten free.
Right, but then they also have like grape juice, which that's probably a common one, right?
No, wine in my church.
Oh yeah, they
bro.
have like the alternative for wine.
And then the priest sucks down the rest of the wine if there's any left.
Is that true?
Oh yeah, at my church he did. I don't know if that's still a thing, but he used to. Yeah. Oh, any wine left, he'd put it all in a bowl. Then he would take the crumbs of the Eucharist, swish it around, boom. Then he'd molest you. Then he'd suck you off hard. And blame the wine.
That's hot.
That's all church though.
Wait, did you went to a Catholic
school? Yeah.
How often were you going? Do you have like a date?
It's once a month. You have to go to mass.
That's it.
Because of as a family, we went once a week, and then as like a school, it was like the first Friday of every month. You go to mass like in the morning.
As a school.
Yeah.
That's damn.
And
you sing or they sing?
I was in the choir, so I would sing sometimes. But in high school, I wasn't in the choir.
Yeah, you have a good voice. You've been singing a little bit.
And the other day I was at work and I did like a little sing, and this girl I work with was like, You have a pretty good voice. I was like, yeah, I was in the choir. Yeah, hell yeah.
Have you actually tried to sing?
Not like genuinely. I just like do like a.
Give it a go.
No. Maybe I'll release a hit album one day.
Remember, I tried to sing the other day, and
I don't think I can like hit high notes, but I can just like sing.
Right.
Like choir music.
You ever been driving by yourself in the car, and you're like, I'm gonna give this a go?
Hell yeah.
Finger in the ear, and you're like,
and you sing.
Try to walk away in Astral, and you're just like, is this good? I think
sing the Lumineers.
Well, I'd probably sing the Lumineers.
Yeah. I could sing that.
Yeah, just like I could do
Smashing
Pumpkins because he doesn't have a good voice.
I don't
Blink 182.
Oh yeah, I could do Blink 182.
Yeah, but if you were like Christina Aguilera or something, hell no. I went to a concert last night actually, and
how was that? Where?
Bowery Ballroom.
Okay.
Which is a great venue, but dude, she's the artist, very good. Do you know she opened the show by not donating the show. Like this show is for the indigenous people of America, if there's anyone in here.
What does that even mean?
It's basically like, and then she thanked them for
like Native Americans?
Yeah, exactly. And she's like this hipstery white girl from Australia, and I'm like, who's this for?
Yeah.
It's so crazy to me.
Also crazy. There's so many crazy things happening in the world, and then for her to be like, this one's for the indigenous people.
But dude, every other song, she had to lecture us about some political thing, and I'm just like, just play the fucking song. It was so
people getting annoyed
because everyone there is like a lot of hipstery.
So they're all
like
into
progressive use. So it seemed like people were into it, but I couldn't have been the only one who's like, please just play the song. Also, she's giving background to the songs. Where I'm like, I love this song, and then she told like the background of it, and I'm like, it just was like too much.
Yeah. What did Chloe say?
I didn't actually ask her.
You don't want to show. You don't want to show Chloe your racism.
No,
I would not that good of friends.
No, we just right after we left. But I wanted to be like, were you okay with that? Because I've seen other bands in Brooklyn do this, and I'm just like, I'm here to see the artist.
Yeah,
You're not going to change our mind about anything. And some of the stuff I agree with, but I just don't want to hear it. You're just like showing everyone like, hey, look what this is for the indigenous people. It's like they're not here.
You're slowly becoming Republican.
That's what it sounds like.
This is what's happening.
No, but I don't know. I just I remember that happening like in 2018. I went and saw a band called The Drums, and he did the same thing. And I'm like, just play the song.
Yeah, maybe at the top. Maybe at the top of the hit, he goes, I wouldn't mind him going, yeah, this one's for this. But then don't keep doing it.
I'm okay too if he uses one song or he uses a moment to do it, or she does. But this was like, it got to the point where every other song, I'm like hearing this long lecture about something. I'm like,
I bet the band. Do you think the band's like enough?
No, the band had like weird haircuts.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Maybe they need to stretch for time. They're like, we don't have enough time.
Yeah, come on, she had plenty of songs, and it's so good too. Also, Chloe and I were like waiting for the concert.
Yeah.
And these drunk people started talking to us, and at first they were fun, but she started getting like the most obnoxious person we've ever been by.
Yeah.
And people around are getting annoyed, and we're like trying to like not associate with them. But she like was a fan.
What was she saying?
She just was like just talking a lot, but then like would sing but like loud and drunkenly.
Ugh.
Like, so you know when there's like a nice heckler and you're like kind of don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. They're like, oh, that's great, or you'll be in the middle of a setup. They're like, oh my god, that happened to me. And it's like, you're not being mean, but like, you are ruining the jokes.
Yeah, and so it's hard to be like shut the fuck up because they are like they're on your side. But and then at one point this like mellow song comes on, the girl's just like, let's go, and she's like trying to get like a chant going or something, and everyone's just like. It was so fucking embarrassing.
My god. You got to just get away from those people.
I know. We had such good standing seats where we were standing. I was like, yeah, we should have. Also, it was a guy and her gay friend. The guy wouldn't stop staring at the side of my face.
This gay guy.
He
wanted you.
He wanted me.
He was giving you the gay eyes.
It happens, and I'm used to it, but I'm like,
What'd you do?
I kissed him.
Nice. That's the only way to fight off the gay eyes. Because when he's kissing you, his eyes are closed.
Yeah, that's the only way to get rid of it.
Only way to get rid of the gay eyes. Let me tell you, so you got back from Florida, and by Florida I mean California.
Same difference.
And so you weren't at Broadway Monday. Shout out if you're a listener. We were at Broadway Comedy Monday nights. And the craziest Monday night of existence at Broadway Comedy. Get there. Let me just recap the whole night. Get there at 7. There's the 7, the 9, and the 11 shows. Get there at 7. A comic I'm actually not gonna say 2 people almost fight, and I have to get in between them on the 7. That's almost like literally, like at first I thought they were kidding. There were these 2 people who I know, and they're like kind of like getting in each other's face, and I'm like,
is this in the showroom?
This is in no, kind of like in the little spot where I stand, like where I greet people.
Yeah.
But it's still close to the showroom. So they start
just you greeting someone at the club.
Hello. Oh, hey, how's it going? That's what I do. Hey, how are we?
Yeah.
How many in your party? Oh, 2. Nice. Then again. Hey, how's it going? Sorry. Oh, 5. Oh, yeah. That's what I do. And then I seat them, and they go, we don't want to sit here. And I go, no, you have to sit here. Like, we have to sit front to back. And they're like, we're not sitting here.
Yeah.
Like, or
you
and I go, all right, do whatever you want. Yeah. That's literally all. I go, you have to sit here. It's weird. I'll say it's weird if everyone doesn't sit in the front. Like, if everyone sits in the back for the show, it's really weird. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, we get that, but we're not doing it.
Right. And then sometimes they go, okay, and then they sit, and then you turn your back, and then they stand up.
Yeah. I'll do a thing now where they'll sit, and I can kind of see, they're not seated yet. They're kind of floating around the table that they don't want to sit at. And I'll stand there, and I just kind of scan in the room, but I'm waiting. I'm like, I'll only leave when you sit.
Yeah.
And then they sit, and then I leave, and then they still move.
Anyway.
So 2 people at the club, like, almost getting a fight. I have to get between them. It's crazy. I'm like, it ends, and I'm like, that was fucking nuts. What the fuck? Holy shit. And I'm like talking to people about it. I'm like, that was crazy, right? I'm like, that's never happened. I've never dealt with anything like that. And then there's a big heckler on the 7 o'clock show, this drunk Irish guy. He's blackout, and he's just screaming at everyone. And so that happens. I'm like, that's annoying. 9 o'clock show, table of teens screaming during everyone's set, just screaming, yelling. I'm like, what is going on?
Right.
And I'm talking to people. I'm like, this is a crazy night. I'm like, what could be next?
Wait, the teens screaming, they're
just like, oh yeah, oh that's fucking hot, yeah. Like just dumb shit that like I did when I was 19.
Yeah.
Like, oh fucking do it, yeah. Like just like, and people are getting really annoyed. And I'm like saying to people, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, what is going on tonight? Is this, I'm not a believer of the full moon, but I'm like, is it a full moon? So then the 9 o'clock, that was the 9 o'clock. We finally kind of get through that. I got 2 follows after 9 o'clock.
From the 19-year-old?
Yeah. No, it might have been. People came up to me after the 9 o'clock. They were like, that was fucking great. One Asian guy, like an Asian teen who I think was off to the side. He's like, I love you. You're amazing. I'm like, follow me. And then a girl was like, a girl did this thing that was kind of like, I think she was being devious. She was like, my phone died. Will you follow me? And then I'll follow you back. So I was like, oh, yeah, sure. So I did. And I think she's like an actress. And then she followed me back like 10 minutes later. And I was like, well, your phone did. And I was like, well, now I'm gonna unfollow her in like a week or something because I don't want to follow her. But then I'm like talking to him like, this is crazy. Like, what is going on tonight? But I keep going like, I bet it calms down. The 11 o'clock show hits. I'm in the hallway, 10 minutes in the 11 o'clock show. A woman comes out, a black woman. She's probably in her 20s. I'm just painting the picture. That's why I said the race, nothing else. And she is so drunk, and she's like, I want to go on stage. And I'm like, oh, no. She's like, to be honest, guys, this is boring as hell. I want to go on stage. I'm going to roast my boyfriend. And I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. Like, we have open mic nights and stuff. You can get on stage that way. No, I want to go on stage. How do I do it? Give me your manager. And I'm like, no, it's not. I'm sorry. Then her boyfriend comes out, and he's like, yo, you're being annoying. Like, chill. You're being really annoying. And he is like kind of on, on a mask. You ever see these black teens in the mask?
Yeah.
I don't know why he's got a mask on, but he does. But he's like being the voice of reason. He's like, yo, you're literally being annoying. Please stop. Let's go back inside. And she's like, no, I want to go on stage. Eventually he gets her in. I'm like, look, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. He gets her inside. I'm like, that was fucking annoying. 5 minutes later, I'm just like, kind of like outside, and I hear audience members, and they're going like, oh my God. Oh no. And I'm like, oh, and I like run in, and the girl is covered in drink.
Oh.
Apparently this guy stood up. He got so annoyed with her, she wouldn't shut the hell up. He stood up. He took one drink. He went, you know what? Boom, in her face. Took the other drink. He goes, boom, in her face again.
Oh.
And she's like, oh. And then she's going, and then he just gets up and he's walking out.
Oh.
And the whole time this is happening, she's going, babe, I can't see. Babe, where are you? She's going, babe, I don't know where you are. Please. Someone, oh my God, I got the rum and coke in my, babe, I can't see. Babe. And he just leaves, and he's leaving. He goes, fuck that bitch. And he just leaves, and he walks by me. And I like turn to the waiter. I'm like, we got to make sure she pays. And he's like, honestly, don't worry about it. Just let her leave. So
Who was it?
Lai. Shout out.
Yeah.
Great
He's
guy.
back?
Yeah, he's back. Great
Nice.
guy. Very handsome. He just fucks and sucks. He fucks and sucks everything.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, just let her go. So she comes out, and she's like, oh my gosh. Oh, and she just like leaves. I'm like, that is what is going on tonight. What could possibly happen next? Nothing can top that. That was crazy. Kind of sad. Because like he clearly like just threw drinks in her, and she's like, "Oh, babe, please."
Yeah, that's
like she
insane.
like the you know what I mean. This is not a good relationship.
That's horrible.
There's some like old white guy behind her. He's like, "Oh, I got wet too," and we're like, "Just shut the fuck up," you know. So then I'm like, nothing can top that. That was really crazy. And then as I'm like, we're still talking about it. 8 Irish people walk in, like 5 guys, 3 women. These women. I've never seen anything like it. It's like if you Googled bad plastic surgery, there are these blonde bimbo women with like their lips are like unnaturally large, fake eyebrows. They look swollen. They look like they got stung by a bee.
Yeah, yeah.
And these Irish guys come in, and it's like probably like 15 minutes left of the show. So the guy at the door is like, "Hey, those tickets are good, but you cannot come in because." We just have a policy after a certain amount of time. We don't let you in, but you can come back another time with the tickets. The Irish guys are like, fuck you. We bought tickets. We're going in. And now the guy at the door is like, no, you aren't. Like, we're not going to let you in. And they're like, yeah, sorry. Like, we're going in. Like, go fuck yourself. So they basically like push past everyone. They're like ripping doors open. And then they go and sit down. And it's like it's mayhem. They're like pushing past people. They kind of like, when you open a door, there's that like triangle behind the door in the wall.
Yeah.
I'm like closed behind it. I'm like smushed in a corner. They go in during Audrey's set. I don't know why I say shet. During Audrey's set, another comic, she's like, what the fuck is going on? Because they walk in there, what's going on? Is there a show going on here? Oh, yeah, we're here for the show. And so they go in, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? This is crazy. They're making commotion. They're just like knocking into people. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. Eventually, Audrey's on stage. I can't even really hear what she's saying. 5 minutes past, they leave. They're, we just wanted to make sure there was a show. We didn't want to get scammed, Oh, we're out of here. Fuck all of you. And they're like, we just wanted to make sure we weren't getting scammed. Fuck you. And we're just like standing there. I'm like, should I call? And I'm telling people, like, should I call the police?
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, don't worry about it. And I'm like, are we sure? Like, I shouldn't call the police? They're like, yeah, don't be ridiculous. I'm like, okay. So they leave. I'm on next. So I'm like, I talk to the host. I'm like, none of them are in here, right? He's like, yeah, none of them are in here. This guy, Igor Martinez, really nice guy. Shout out.
He was hosting?
Yeah, he was hosting.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. So I go on stage and I start talking. I'm like, guys, I'm talking about it and I'm killing. I'm like, this is crazy. I was out there. This is what happened. They smushed me in the corner. People are like, ah! I'm like, I got fucking emasculated. I'm no longer a man. They totally, blah, blah. They're like, ah. And then these Irish guys, I'm like, what the fuck was that? And there are these 2 Irish guys on the side who were just like normal Irish guys. And they're like, oh, mate, those are those types of people. They don't have a home. And I'm like, oh, like you mean they're homeless? And he's like, no, they're traveling gypsies. They're Irish traveling gypsies. They live on the wheels. And I'm like, what does that mean? And apparently they're Irish gypsies, and I don't really know what a gypsy is, but it's like a traveling performer, I guess. And these groups of people like all live in like a RV or something. They travel around and they do stuff. But the Irish guys that I was talking to, that normal Irish guys, were like, look, here's the deal with these traveling gypsies. When they show up to wherever they are, you don't fuck with them. Otherwise, they'll like fuck everyone up. They'll beat everyone up.
What?
He's like, yeah, you can't talk to them. They come to your bar. That's what he kept saying. He's like, they come to your bar. He kept saying, they come to your bar. They come to your farm. They take your horses. You say nothing. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. They're just like looking for a fight.
But the plastic surgery, the women,
I don't know what that was
check
about.
out with.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. But maybe it was the gypsies. There were those group of Irish traveling gypsies.
They stole those women.
Or, yeah, maybe they stole these fucking bimbos. But maybe these are just the girlfriends of those guys.
Yeah.
But it was, they could have been fucking.
But like a gypsy, like when
I don't know what a gypsy is.
I don't actually know if it's a religion. I guess we look it up.
Well, and I was telling these Irish guys, I'm like, am I allowed to say gypsy? Yeah. Like, oh yeah, that's fine. And I was like, are you sure? And everyone in the audience is like, yeah, you can say gypsy. And I'm like, all right, I don't know if I can.
Yeah.
It seems like a slur.
Because like to get gypped, right?
Yeah. So, but I think that's why these guys got so mad is because they thought they got gypped.
Right.
They thought they got sold tickets, and then they weren't being allowed in the show. And they're like, fuck you, we're getting in the show. No one gyps us. We do the gypping.
Right.
We're the gypsies.
That's crazy.
But it was crazy. They're like, oh yeah, they come to your farmland and they take your horses. You say nothing or they kill you. And I'm like, what?
Were those guys fucking with you?
No, and then they were like serious. They were like these young guys. They were like, no, seriously, it's a good thing you let them in. They would have burned this place to the ground.
Were they big dudes?
Yeah, they were huge. Like just like fat big, but like still like, oh, these guys would have mushed me.
Right.
Would have mushed me into a ball and fucking. But it was the craziest Monday night of, you know.
I know, and I'm always there.
And I got up there and I didn't do any material and I just talked about it, and I was like, people after the show are coming up to me. They're like, that was unbelievable. You're the greatest. And I was like, I didn't even feel good about it because I was like, I was just dealt this hand. I was dealt pocket aces. And I was like, I had no way of not doing well.
Yeah.
Because something so crazy.
Try to do material.
Yeah, but something so crazy just happened that if I just went up and talked about it, they were like, oh, that was amazing.
Right. Did you talk about the drink in the face?
Yeah, I was like, and then the fucking drink in the face. And I was like, and then the old guy behind is like, oh, you know, I got a little splash too. And they were dying at that. And we were all, I was like, it's kind of sad though. You know, this woman is clearly being abused.
That's horrible.
But,
damn. Sounds like a fun night.
It was and I'm texting, I was texting you the whole time. I'm like, you're not going to believe it. 8 Irish gypsies just walked in. They fucked everything up. And you're like, I don't even know what's going on. Is it you were making out with Maggie at your grandma's birthday? You're like, please not now.
Cut that out. Cut out the name.
Oh, okay, I'll cut that.
Who are we talking about? No, it's funny. Yeah, dude, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Also, did you ever, the Stephen King book Thinner?
No. Is it a short story?
No, it's like he did Richard Bachman.
Oh,
you remember that? He had like 5 books released under this pseudonym. Anyway, this guy hits a gypsy with his car, and the gypsy curses him.
Okay.
And she says thinner, and then he starts losing weight, and he just throughout the whole book, he's just getting skinnier and skinnier.
Is that thinner?
Thinner, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said it was dinner.
No, thinner.
Oh, I would bet money you said dinner.
That would be insane if I said dinner.
Damn. I heard it's not good though, Thinner.
I loved it.
Really?
But when you read a book at like a certain time in your life, and sometimes it just aligns with how you're. I don't know why I was feeling thinner that.
You hated gypsies during that time.
Yeah. Well, my brother and I went to Europe, and apparently they warned you like, oh, the gypsies will like ask you for money, and their kids will steal stuff out of your pockets.
Wow.
Like while you're talking to them. So then anytime they came up, we would like be all on alert. And then one time we followed one. Like she didn't know we were following her just to see where it should go, and then she went. We just gave up.
Yeah, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, this is stupid. All right, well, we're a half hour in. We should do segments.
I don't got much.
All right, we'll do, let me pull it up. Podcast prep. All right, first segment is, let's do joke that didn't work.
I was on vacation, so you better take this.
All right, I'll do joke that didn't work. I might do this today, though, at a mic. We're going to a mic after this. I don't like it when a TV show or movie, like, mentions 9/11. Like, can't 9/11 not happen in this fictional... It's a fictional story.
Mm.
Can't we not have been attacked by the terrorist? Can't we just... or we can mention it, but just talk about how we stopped it.
Right.
Like, we could be because a lot of TV shows and movies, they'll mention it as a means of saying, well, security's much tighter at airports, because of 9/11.
Right.
They'll say stuff like that. But we could just say, well, security's much tighter after 9/11. Remember when we stopped those terrorists? That was amazing.
That's funny.
USA. We could just do that.
Yeah.
Because I was watching Breaking Bad. I was watching a clip of Breaking Bad, and he said 9/11. I was like, come on, kid. I know never forget, but I'm just forget for a moment.
Yeah. I think there's something there.
Yeah, there might be something there. I don't know. I'll probably bomb today with it.
The problem, though, is there's just so many... As you watch this fictional, you want it to feel like reality.
I know, but it's like, they just...
But, I mean, if your examples
it's just funny,
like
they're like, 9/11 has to have happened because we want this to be a show that has like real elements to it. But then if let's say if it's like a lawyer show, all the lawyer stuff is like totally fake.
Yeah.
Like they're doing stuff in the lawyer world that's like, oh, that's not actually how that works.
Right.
Or like doctor stuff. They're like, oh, we got to do this. And it's like, no, none of this would actually happen in a hospital. Oh, but 9/11 has to have happened?
Yeah. I wonder if you did it as you're like angry. You're like watching like a specific example of the show. Just because then your anger is like way more over the top than it deserves to be.
Yeah.
You mean as far, not like a blanket statement like this, how it be in all shows, but I was watching a show and you're just like, can't believe they mentioned 9/11. Like, why? And then you go into do you know what I'm saying? Like, almost like your emotion.
Well, I'm going to try it today. If it doesn't work today,
we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, I'll talk about it next week. I won't do it anymore.
Okay, that's good.
All right, you didn't have your
Wait, I got
your joke that bombed was you got something?
Making out with my girlfriend in front of my grandma.
I'll bleep that. You have one in your notes?
I just have a lot of jokes I've been trying. Oh, that one's good.
You're not a great doodler.
I'm not. No, I'm not. That's good. Okay.
All these are good?
This is all amazing.
This is great.
Bisexual mom, classic. Clown stuff.
You have clown stuff?
Did I talk about this? I once got drunk and I woke up the next day and I had selfies with the clown. And I don't remember.
You have no idea.
No, and the real story is my brother, it was like by Halloween and it was someone dressed like Pennywise the clown.
Oh,
yeah. But we still don't have any recollection of it, so we're kind of like, what the fuck?
It's kind of scary. Did they look realistic?
Oh, like super good costume.
Oh, it's so scary.
Yeah. So it's just kind of funny you don't remember. So I'm just trying to see if I can make a joke about like what did I do with that clown type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was also doing like heavy references and people are just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I kind of, do you ever like, a joke, you're like, I should probably give up on this, but it's like a challenge to yourself?
Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, or if you just like really like it and it's never working, you're like, I feel like I can't give up on this.
Yeah, right.
I used to have a joke where I was talking about a cat lady is looked at so negatively, but I don't get why, because there's way worse animals you could be obsessed with. And then I would say like, for example, it could be like, hey, don't go up to 3B. Don't go up to apartment 3B. Denise up there, she's a coyote lady.
That's funny.
She has 9 coyotes in that apartment. It's honestly dangerous.
Yeah.
But it never worked.
Right.
It worked one time at a mic, and a kid really loved it, and I think that's what I was just hearing. I was hearing one guy that kind of liked it.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is killing. But it was just one person laughing. And then I kept trying it for so long, and then it bombed every...
Yeah, that's worse. When something works once, the first time you're like, this is the best, and then no one else ever laughs.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, what happened?
Losers. Okay, no clown jokes. Clown cybersecurity? That's just something I wrote. Okay, let's skip this.
All right.
Let's go to the next
life hack. Okay, I have a good life hack. Okay, you're in an argument. Hold on. Life hack. You're in an argument with someone who you don't really like.
Okay.
This only works if you don't really like. I just want to emphasize, exclude an argument with like a loved one or your girlfriend where you want to have a good relationship with them.
Right.
You're in an argument with someone you do not like.
Like a bully.
A coworker. No, a coworker, but not a bully. Like a coworker or someone like that. A friend, but you don't really like them. A friend of a friend. This is what you got to do. When you're kind of getting in the argument and you see an argument happening, it's kind of a race to see who says calm down first, right? Let's say me and your friend are in an argument and I don't like him. I'm going to say, hey, man, look, you need to calm down. Because now he looks like the asshole.
Right.
Is it called gaslighting?
Yeah, maybe.
You got to go, hey, you got to calm down. And now everyone's looking at him like, yeah, this guy is getting pretty jazzed up. And now he has to be like, what does he say? I just won the argument. Whoever says calm down first wins the argument.
What? But maybe, don't you think...
It's a race to see who can say calm down first. Because if he says it to me, what do I say? Let's say you were in an argument with someone. They go, hey, man, like, first off, and there's people watching, you go, you got to calm down, okay? Yeah. What would you say?
I would be probably mad.
It makes you more mad. It makes you so much more mad because it's such a cunty thing to say, but you can't show that it's making you mad.
I see.
You're checkmated. It's like when you play chess with someone who like knows the 3-move checkmate.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I got to fucking win this chess match, and they checkmate you in 2 moves, and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Okay, I don't know chess, but I can imagine.
Just imagine it.
Okay, I imagined
Okay.
it.
Okay, I imagined it. Oh, that damn, that's bad.
Chess is hard.
Fuck, man.
How hard is chess?
The fuck does that one horse piece do?
Yeah, I think though I could see someone like if the guy's not like getting aggro and you tell him to calm down,
You still win the argument.
but people are gonna look at you and be like, he's trying to talk. You know what I mean?
No. People aren't smart. Like if someone just kind of tunes in late and then they hear me go, "Hey man, look, first off, please you gotta calm down."
Yeah.
Okay. And people are like, "Oh shit, what the fuck's happening?" Oh, Greg's mad. Greg's mad at Kellen.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "I'm not angry." And I go, "You sound angry, Greg. You sound angry. It's really not that big of a deal. Downplay it. It's really not that big of a deal. Let's just relax."
Yeah.
Now he's furious because he's mad at me about something or something happened. You know what I mean?
This life hack is gonna get you punched in the
It might get you punched, but also
but you win.
I've worked in a lot of like the deli in Long Island I used to work at was a lot of this, where like you'd be in it was like 12 people behind the line, and you'd kind of someone would fuck you over in a way, and you had to confront them, but you had this audience watching you, so you're
like
your coworkers watching you, so you're like, I can't get angry. Whoever gets angry first loses.
What are they talking about? Bagels or something?
Just like stupid shit.
What
like,
the cream cheese?
The people who work there are these old people who are like so like mad that they're still in this deli.
Right.
And I'm like a 20-year-old, and they're
Hot.
like, "Oh, he doesn't. I'm fucking hot as hell, rocking cock." And they're like, "He doesn't know. I know better."
Yeah.
And it's like, well, first of all, no, you don't. It's also like a meaningless argument. So, but they just get so worked up. They're like, "Oh, you shouldn't fucking cut the cheese like that, or you shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you really shouldn't fold your sandwich that way." You know, and they get mad at you. They're like, "Oh, yeah, I had to come in Sunday. Why weren't you working Sunday?" That's what they say to you. And I go, "Hey, first of all, you fucking retard, calm down. Why don't you calm down?" And then it always works if you get in an argument with these people. I would just make fun of something that had nothing to do with what we were talking about. I'd be like, "Look, I know you're upset that you're fucking ugly. That's how you win." Because now everyone watching is like, "Oh shit, he is." First of all, that was funny. Second of all, he is ugly.
I don't know about
this. Is a good life hack.
Do you think have you ever called anyone ugly?
And maybe in these situations I have.
That's so rude.
Yeah, but they are being rude to me. I remember
Right.
I got in an argument one time at the deli. The guy, I didn't work Sundays. And I just kind of like talked to my manager. I'm like, "Look, I don't want to work Sundays. I have this going on." He's like, "Okay, like if you can't do it, you can't do it." But no one wanted to work Sundays.
Yeah, of course.
So he, at one point, he just started like, a regular coworker of mine, not the manager or anything, was like, "These people that aren't working Sundays have got to start working Sundays." And he's talking out loud. Like he's having a conversation with someone else, but he wants everyone else to hear it.
Right.
So I'm just like ignoring him. And then he finally comes up. He's like, "Kellen, you're going to have to start working Sundays." And I'm like, "First of all, who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? You're not the manager."
Yeah.
And he's like, no, but I just, I've been in this business a long time, and I know you got to work Sundays, And I'm like, second of all, I'm not going to work Sundays, you fat fuck. I think I said something like this. You're fucking fat and ugly. So why don't you shut the fuck up? And then he was just like,
Did you fight him?
No, he was an old fat guy. Old fat guy who was mad at, he's just mad at his life.
Right.
That's all you got to do.
I could never.
And then everyone's like looking, and there's like, I remember this guy, a couple of people were like, "Oh my God.
Yeah.
What's going on?" I think I will say there was only like one or two people around when I did that. I don't know if I would have done it in front of everyone. I would have felt a little more bad. But he shouldn't be. Why is he inserting himself in my business like that?
Yeah, that's fair.
So
when I'm a coworker, I got in a fight with him, and he's like called me a generic ass white boy, and I was so mad at that.
Yeah, that's why you got to have. Okay, you work at a job. This is another life hack. You work at a job. You have 5 enemies. You got to have a quick insult. Start thinking right now. Get a quick insult for those 5 enemies.
That's why people always do race or something.
Yeah, but get a really good one.
Right.
Spend some time. Think of a really good one. So if they say anything to you,
just
like they call you, a generic white boy, not that creative. You get one back.
I know.
You go, "Yeah, well, your fucking sister's an alcoholic, you dumb bitch," something like that.
Okay, that's a good life hack.
Yeah,
that one's better.
That one's better. All right, that was. I thought we were good on life hacks.
Okay, my life hack.
You don't have one, I know.
No, this is good.
Do you actually have one?
I thought it was good last night when I was drunk, and then
all right. Well,
today I was like,
I kind of want to hear it now.
I was at the concert again, talking about this.
Shout out.
the door to the bathroom was like by the front.
By the front entrance to the venue?
Yeah. And usually I would come out straight and then cross over to my friend. But then people are like mad because you're moving past them. But if I went in the front and went back, everyone just lets you through. Because then they're like, oh, you're leaving, so I'm...
Okay, so if you're going back to the concert and you're coming from the bathroom,
and you can
the
come
bathroom
through
entrance,
the front. Yeah.
They're like, oh, that guy's coming from the bathroom, he's being annoying. But if you're coming through the front, they think you newly just arrived.
Yeah, I think you're leaving from in front of them. Where the opposite, if you try and come from the backside or the side, people are like annoyed. They're like, you're going to be in my... That's pretty good.
It's so situational, though.
Yeah, getting to the front of most venues will not work.
Yeah.
Actually, 2 of them, though. Williamsburg Hall of Music. This is specific to New York.
Yeah, but it's also like the people, it can only be used in certain venues, this life hack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have what do you say when you're trying to get to the front of a concert? Just excuse me, or do you go...
Oh, I go, excuse me, sorry. Excuse me.
Sorry about that.
And pat their back, please.
Have you ever been at a concert and someone gets really rough and tough? Like they try to do the mosh pit, and you're like, dude, this is not the vibe.
I mean, when I was like 16, 17, we used to like really into punk rock, so we'd go to shows, and there was a mosh pit, which was awesome. But we'd go in one time. I'm going, and it's like real rough and tough. This guy like kind of hold me to the side, and then he like kind of punched me in the head.
Yeah.
And then so to my brother had to be there, and I pointed to my brother. I point at the guy, and then I gave him like this guy hit me in the head motion. So my brother just fucking grabs the guy and like chucks him down on the ground.
Yeah.
And then the guy was hammered too. The guy falls, and then another bigger guy saw my brother do that, so puts my brother in a headlock.
Yeah.
And then it just like disbanded. Then it was all fine, and he let him go. But it was like the guy like kind of punched me in the head, so that's kind of But it wasn't that hard. It was just like because some people you do like the mosh, and most of it's like friendly, and you're just like, have you ever done a mosh pit?
No, my opinion on mosh pits is they're stupid.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that people, like adults, go in the mosh pit with a 16-year-old and punch them in the head. Like, what are we doing?
No, that was dumb. But usually those like punk rock, like there's like different levels of the mosh pit. But this one, you just kind of, it's like a way of dancing. Like you're just like bumping into each other. It's fun. But then you always get the idiot who's like in there to be like, to try and fight. And you're like, no, this is not.
I've seen videos where it's like mosh pit gone wrong, and it looks like, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like they're like throwing their fists around.
It's also so scary the first time you ever go in one. You're like, I'm about to die. And then you get in there and you're like, yeah, dude. I would never like after I was like 18, I was like, I'm done with those forever.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right.
Anyway.
No, all right.
That's a good life hack.
All right, let's do our our mystery segment.
Okay.
And then that's it. That's it. We saved the best for last. Mystery segment. Top 3 situations where lying is necessary. Top 3 situations where lying is necessary. You want to go first?
You go first, because I feel like I always misinterpret your ideas.
Okay. This one, just a classic. Absolute classic. Does this make me look fat?
I thought about that one.
That one's a classic.
It's a classic.
I wanted to start off with a classic. Here's the thing, though. I will say, someone says to you, does this make me look fat? And they are fat, okay? They ask you this. Does this make me look fat? You say no. That does not make you look fat. You know, maybe later that week you should go to them and be like, look, you are fat. Look, I want you to... Remember last week when you told me, does this make you look fat? No, that shirt doesn't make you look fat, but you are fat.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, if you feel... I would only do this if, let's say my brother got really fat and it was a risk to his health. I would go to him and say, look, we got to figure something out.
Right.
You're getting fucking fat.com. We got, I'm here to help. Let's every day. This is what we're going to do. Get up. We're going to do Kegels, however you lose weight,
So you're a personal trainer in this.
I would. If it's someone I cared about and they were fat, I would tell them, look, we got to get you thinned down. But I would not tell them at that moment, does this make me look fat?
Right. Okay, because that's the whole point. It's okay to lie.
But can I just one more preface? If you're at a store, they try on something very expensive. They go, does this make me look fat? And it does make them look fat. Say no, but convince them not to buy it.
How?
You just gonna be like, no, but look, that's very expensive. I don't think you really need. Do you need this? Do you really need? Just like stuff like, just try every way to not.
This is feeling like a life hack more than a segment.
Well, I had very many. I wrote, does this make me look fat? I had a lot of parentheses like, hey, look, here we go. Talk about this.
Right.
All right. So that was my first one.
Okay, mine is when it's necessary to lie. When your girlfriend asks about another woman's breast.
Give me an example. Specifically the breast?
Specific.
Can we expand to the ass?
It could be any time they ask about another woman.
Okay.
I think if it's breasts, it's okay to lie. She's like, "Were you looking at those breasts?" No.
Okay, but what do you say? No, I wasn't. I was looking at. Do you give another? Oh no, I was looking at the shirt.
Yeah.
Is that a good excuse? I was looking at the shirt. I don't know if it's great.
No, they will know you're lying. That's the problem.
Yesterday
I was watching a show and all the women had large breasts.
Nice.
Huge.
Okay.
Oily and everything.
Oily.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is a crazy show.
Send me the show. Keep going though.
I'll send you a link.
That.
So then it went to a woman with small breasts.
Okay.
And she's like, "You don't have a comment about those breasts?"
So hold on. You were commenting about all the other breasts.
They were oily. What am I gonna?
Whoa! What'd you say? Whoa! Look at these oily.
I said slippery, slidey. That's what I said. I couldn't help it.
And then what did you say to that?
I was like, "They're great," and then I had to rewind it because I hadn't even noticed that.
I feel like you gave a life hack where like lie if your girlfriend asked you were you looking at breast, lie. That's a time where it's necessary to lie. But then you gave us an example where you were like basically motorboating other boobs. You're like, yeah. So this life hack is good, or this is good for this example where I didn't do it.
Right.
All right.
Well, because then I realized I was like, I should have lied better.
Yeah. All right.
Lie by not talking about the breasts in the first place.
All right. That's pretty good. Okay. My second one. If someone asks you, ready? Did you cross the street because I'm black?
You lie.
You lie. You say, no, I have to get to this side of the street.
Right.
You're walking down the street. Approaching you is a black man, hooded, and you're scared. Rightfully so. I'm kidding. So you cross the street. But no, let's say you're in a situation where you just have to cross.
You can't just say I'm kidding after saying something like that.
That one was a joke.
Cut it out.
Cut it. Leave it. All right, my next one is...
Wait, that was it?
Well, that's not a real one.
Yeah.
I have many. Look at all these ones I have. Okay. Do you like... Someone says to you, hey, do you like the new girl I'm dating? Do you like the new boy I was dating? Do you like the new they, them I'm dating? You have to say yes.
Right.
You know? You can't bad talk someone's significant other explicitly. I think you say yes in that moment, and then maybe, let's say you kind of are noticing some problems. Maybe you try to get them to talk about it and see the problems. But you can't be the one... Because if you get in between two lovers, it's not going to end well. It might just ruin your friendship.
True. So you're saying if you met my girlfriend and you didn't like her,
I didn't like her,
you would just lie and be like, yeah, I like her.
I would be like, yeah, she's great. But then if problems kept persisting between you two, I would try to get you to see that without saying it.
In that situation, I think 99% of people do lie about that.
Yes, I think that's a great time to lie.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Because I mean, and I have been in situations where the person doesn't lie, and then it's kind of ruins the friendship between the two people.
Right.
I've been they're like, hey, can you believe this person said this about my boyfriend? And I'm like, well, I can believe it because that guy's the worst.
Right.
But also, I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Well, what? He's the best.
Yeah, that guy?
My cousin broke up with her boyfriend, and then after she was like, did you guys like him? And we were like, no, that guy was the fucking worst. And she's like, why didn't you tell me?
Yeah, but you gotta wait a month to make sure they might not get back together. Because that happens so often where you're like, yeah, I fucking hate that guy. And then a month later, they're dating, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, my friend Graz, shout out, Graz Teeny. He has a famous quote. I don't even know if he thinks I don't even know if he remembers him saying this quote, but I remember it to this day. We were in the dorm room, I think senior year, and our friends were just broke up, and he's like, and we can't talk shit about her. He's like, he's like, kind of like, he's like, and yeah, he's kind of Italian. He's like, because I talk shit about her, and then they get back together, and then I'm the guy who called your girlfriend a dirty cunt. That's what he said. I'm embellishing his accent. He is just Long Island. He's got a Long Island accent, but that's what and I remember that to this day. I go, that's actually great advice.
Yeah, no, it's true. You got to wait a year.
You got to wait a year or a few months.
Even then, you never know.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's a good lie. Another lie, when your grandparents ask about your job.
Good lie.
I've been lying about. I don't lie. Oh.
Your grandparents think you're in tech,
dude,
at Google.
Yeah. No, because I remember to them, if I got a college degree and I'm working in a restaurant, that hurts them.
Yeah.
So I might as well just be like, no, I'm a full-time comedian.
They think you're a full-time comedian?
They don't, but on my grandma's birthday, a lot of my family did.
That's so funny.
And I didn't correct them just because I'm like, whatever. I run Airbnbs. Like, I'll just say I'm a full-time comedian.
I agree. They're going to be dead in a couple of years. Let them not fucking think that their grandson's a total fucking,
loser.
But you know what I mean?
I
actually don't do that. I tell my grandparents I work at a deli and I do this, and maybe they fucking hate me. I'm probably out of the will because they're like, well, we can't give that guy any money.
Yeah, right.
That's another good reason. Lie to them so they don't put you out of the will.
That's true. But or they'll want to put you in there harder because you have no money.
Grandparents aren't. They're just like,
yeah.
He's not doing well. Deb, we probably shouldn't give him more money. He's not doing well.
Oh, Deb.
That's a good one.
Okay.
All right. Okay, hold on. Let me look. Okay, you're hooking up with someone. They take off their clothes, and they don't look good naked. You cannot get a boner because of this. They say something like, is it me? You cannot say yes there. You say, no, I just think we should take things slow. Then you ghost them at a later date. That is a good time to lie. Do not tell them to their face, no, you are gross naked.
Yeah. Are these all these are the most obvious times to lie?
Well, that's why it's top 3 situations where lying is necessary.
Yeah, but
I didn't want to tell one where it's like, it's kind of dicey. Should we lie?
Yeah, no, but because everyone knows the lie about that.
Yeah. Have you been in a situation where you hook up with someone, they take out, let's say, and this could be guys and girls. I'm not a pig man. A woman is hooking up with a man. He gets naked, very small penis. You cannot say, because then the woman's going to be like, maybe she'll be like, maybe we shouldn't do this. If she says to the guy, your penis is too small, that's fucking gross.
Yeah.
That's the meanest thing in the world.
You're right.
And, for a guy, let's say, the vagina comes out and it's hairy, like really hairy. Oh, my shoulder keeps twitching. It's really hairy. It's like a really hairy vagina. Don't say.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with that if, you're into that. I'm not. So
Yeah.
I actually don't mind a bush. And I think this goes both ways. Don't expect the other person to go down on you when you got the bush.
Okay. That's fair.
If I had a crazy bush and a girl was like, I don't want to give you a blowjob, I'll be like, yeah, that makes sense. It's a fucking it's an afro down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
What do you think when girls have armpit hair?
All right, you were up next. Is that what you were saying? No, at first I feel like I was like, oh, this is kind of weird, but I don't think I mind it.
Yeah. I think if I liked her, I don't care.
That's a good point. Yeah, if you, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if I like it. I lied.
Yeah.
I lied for the viewers. I don't know if I'm into it.
I don't think, yeah.
I don't think, and I think people will be like, oh, you're a pig man. But this is just, I think.
It's a preference.
It's a preference.
It's also just your whole life, it's been something you don't see, so then.
Yeah, when you see it, it can be jarring.
Yeah, so now I think it's just something you got to get used to and probably will. But
yeah, maybe I will.
Yeah, you will. One time my coworker got mad at me because I said something about.
You said, ew, armpit hair on a woman.
No, I was just like, it's not really for me, like whatever. And she was like, Cody, I thought better of you. I couldn't believe you said that. And I was like, it's just a preference. Like,
yeah.
Like, you don't like fucking large cocks in your mouth, you lesbian. Cut that.
Cut
please.
that. And cut that. Okay, you're next.
Okay, please cut that.
I'm not cutting that.
You got to lie in New York if you're anti-vax.
Oh, good one.
I have a friend.
I think, though, anti-vax is kind of coming around. Keep going.
Yeah, I have a friend who's anti-vax.
Okay.
And he has to lie all the time. And he's a good man.
And that friend is you.
No. And he's a good man, and he lives by my choice, my body. His guy, it's not me. And so he's constantly lying to everyone.
I will say there is a difference between like anti-COVID vax and full-blown anti-vax.
I agree, but I think for a while that you couldn't say it, but now it seems like that's
the people who are like, I'm like, yeah, because admittedly, I'm like, well, I don't know if I should have gotten the vax. Looking back, I'm like, did I need to do this?
Yeah.
And then I feel like that kind of lumps me in with these people who are like, yeah, totally. Also, the measles, vax and the smallpox, that shit's bad too. And I'm like, well, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
that's been tested, and
it was like a weird thing back during COVID stuff when they just had to label everyone as anti-vax to make you not to like take the vaccine.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So if you're just, because that's such a negative term, like you're like, I don't want to be anti-vax, so you couldn't really say you were like. I was hesitant about. I took the COVID vaccine, so
same,
and I'm not anti-vax, but I was COVID hesitant. Vax, so
same as me.
But we took it. Look at us now.
Hot as hell. Hot.com. All right, my last one. If a woman asks you, and she has a hot mom, if a woman with a hot mom asks you, does my mom make you horny? You say no. Even though clearly she does.
Right.
And that can be to every sibling. Siblings, aunts, uncles, grandmas.
Anything.
They go, do you think my aunt's hot? No.
No.
No, this is how you do it. Ask me, do you think my aunt's hot?
Hey, Kellen.
Yeah.
What do you think of my aunt?
Anna, which aunt?
Aunt Stacy. You think?
Oh, you know what's a good move if this happens, right? If you're my girlfriend and you ask, hi, and you ask, do you think my aunt Sherry's hot?
Oh, I'm your girlfriend in there?
Yeah, so I say, if you said to me as my girlfriend, you said, do you think my aunt Sherry's hot? This is what I do.
Wait,
ready?
Can I do it?
Yeah, do it.
Hey, Kellen.
Hey.
Last night was incredible.
Don't talk about that on the pod.
The blue chews you took made you so hard.
Shout out Blue Chew.
But can I ask you something?
Of course.
Speaking of hard.
Yes.
What do you think? You met Aunt Sherry, right?
This is what you do. Ready? You bring up Aunt Sherry. No, you bring up Aunt Sherry. I go, Aunt Sherry. Which one is Aunt Sherry again? I don't even remember her. I don't even remember her. That's how you do it.
It was when we went to dinner with last night. It was just us three.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Aunt Sherry. I don't know how
The one with the oily breast?
Okay, cut. I don't know why I made you my girlfriend, because I knew you were going to do this. I knew you were going to circle this back to those oily breasts. But you don't. You pretend like you don't know.
Okay.
So she goes, do you think my Aunt Cheryl's hot? Or Sherry? And I go, oh, Aunt Sherry. Is that the one? Is Aunt Sherry married to Uncle Dave? And she goes, yes. And I go, no, not really.
Right.
You pretend like you have no fucking idea.
Right.
Even if, like, you know what I mean? That's in anything.
Yeah, but then what if she's like, you know the one. We hung out with her last night.
That can be applied to any lie, though. Like if someone's like, hey, on Monday, when you were closing, did you forget to close the register? Or something like that. You go, Monday. Okay. Who was I working with then? Even though you know. Something like that.
Yeah.
Bob. Okay. Monday. No, I don't think I did. Monday.
That's
what day?
Good. Did I ever tell you when my aunt made out with one of my best friends?
No.
We were gambling, and my aunt was like 36 at the time. My best friend was 18.
That's amazing.
And we were all gambling, drinking, and then it was just us three, and then they started making out.
How?
We were just all drunk. And
it was you three, and they started making out.
Yeah.
And my God.
And I applauded it. I thought it was awesome. And then we're like in the casino, and people were coming up to my friend and like fist bumping, like, you're a legend, man.
Yeah.
Because he also looked so
Little
young.
did he know he's more of a legend than they thought. They
Why?
just thought, he's making out with a hot older lady.
Yeah.
But not only that, he's making out with his friend's aunt.
Yes, that's true.
Way hotter.
And I was just like,
he's the man.
he is the man.
And you were a little jealous, be honest.
She's hot?
Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yes or yes?
Let's do another role play.
No.
Please.
We have to go because it's on one battery. And we're at an hour. Okay, we made it an hour.
Kellen?
We're back. I'm Kellen Breen.
I'm Cody Lewis.
I love all of you if you're listening.
Cody Lewis Comedy. Is that my handle?
Yes, mine's just at Kellen Breen. Please follow. I love all of you. Bye.
Okay, bye.